Satisfaction is one of the key factors of usability. One canonical way to track satisfaction in practice is via the survey item, overall, how satisfied or dissatisfied are you with the product, with the response options ranging from very satisfied to very dissatisfied. Advanced survey tools have the option of randomly reversing the scale to counter order effects. When this option is enabled, half of the respondents see the response option in the reversed order, that is, the very dissatisfied option is shown on top. Should we use this option? One camp says yes, it is needed to counter order effects, such as the tendency to click the top response option. Another camp says no, because people expect the good option to be on top. We investigated the impact of enabling this option and found that it introduces significant unwanted bias. Our first study examined the impact of reversing response options on satisfaction scores. In a between-group experiment involving 3,000 participants, the control group was given a survey with a satisfaction question in the default order, while the experimental group received a survey with a satisfaction question in the reversed order. Satisfaction dropped from 90% for the control group to 82% for the experimental group. For a product team, an 8-point drop can make a huge difference in how their resources are invested. Studying the response options in detail, we found that the very dissatisfied response option was picked 10 times more frequently when the response options were reversed. We hypothesized that respondents might be selecting it by accident. To verify this hypothesis, we took the setup of the first experiment and extended it. When respondents selected the top response option, very satisfied in the control group, very dissatisfied in the experimental group, they were taken to a second screen. That screen asked, "You selected very satisfied or very dissatisfied? Was this your intention?" In the control condition, all but one respondent confirmed that their selection was as intended. In the experimental condition, however, half of the respondents indicated that they had selected very dissatisfied unintentionally. These results confirm that reversing the response options of a survey leads to bias from unintended responses. To understand this phenomenon in more depth, we conducted a third study. The team behind fonts.google.com kindly gave us permission to run an intercept satisfaction survey. The first question was a standard satisfaction question where the response options were always reversed. The second question reiterated the response option from question 1 and asked, "Was this your intention?" If a respondent clicked no, they could correct their response and finally share open-ended feedback answering, "What caused you to select that incorrect option?" About 10% of the responses were flagged as unintended. Selecting very dissatisfied accounts for about 80% of those unintended responses. In most cases, respondents had wanted to select very satisfied instead. The bulk of the open-ended feedback shows that respondents expected the positive option to be on top, did not pay enough attention, and were fooled by the very similar spelling of the words satisfied and dissatisfied. To summarize, reversing the response options in a canonical satisfaction survey led to a significant bias in the responses. A notable fraction of respondents selected very dissatisfied when in fact they were very satisfied. As a consequence, satisfaction surveys with reversed response options may significantly underreport the level of satisfaction and cause major misinvestment of resources. The open-ended feedback indicates that the similarity of the endpoint labels was one of the key reasons this happened. We do not expect this effect to occur in survey questions where the endpoints are not that easy to confuse.